everyone, this is Pastor Teresa at Beaver Ridge United Methodist Church in Knoxville, Tennessee. Thank you for joining me for tea time. We have been talking about the I am statements that Jesus made, and most of them come from the Gospel of John. And today's I am statement comes from John 8, verses 12. It says, "Again, Jesus spoke to them, saying, I am the light of the world, and whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." I learned a few years ago, I was the minister in resident at Camp Wesley Woods in Townsend, Tennessee. And if you don't know what that is, it's you become the pastor for a week at camp, and you go and you do all the activities and events that the campers are doing, and you just have a great time. You lead worship and help out where you can. And so I would join the campers throughout the week in various different activities, but there was one thing I wanted to not do. They do a mountain night hike where after dinner, they hike up a mountain and then they worship and they tell stories. And then when the sun has gone down and it's really dark, that's when they hike back down. And so I resisted for as long as I could, but I did go up there with them one night. And I thought, I don't know that I really want to hike down off of this mountain in the dark. They assured me that my eyes would adjust, that there would be the stars and the moon. So we went up there and everything was wonderful and had a great time of worship and storytelling and just a great time. When the sun set and it got really dark, that's when the fear set in. Coming down off that mountain, I wasn't so sure about my steps. I wasn't so sure how close I was to the edge. And on that night just happened to be the night where there were no stars or moon. It was this dense cloud cover. So it made it even harder. But I had already had a plan in place. I was going to use my cell phone to light my way down. I thought, I'll hang to the back of the group, let the other little campers go ahead of me, and then if I wasn't sure, I would just flip on my phone light and I could see where to walk. Well, the first time it kind of got sketchy for me and I flipped on my phone. I wasn't the only one who thought about that. There were other campers who the lights came on. And the teacher and the camp staff said, "Everybody cut your lights off. This is supposed to help us with our faith." And I cut my light back off and I traveled a little bit further. And then soon enough, I saw other campers turn their flashlights back on. And so I pulled my phone out and I cut my light back on. And the camp staff person once again said, "Now, come on, everybody. We're going to have trust. You will be able to find your way down off this mountain." And so I didn't want to cut my phone off, to be honest. But then the camp staff person called me out. She said, "That includes you too, Pastor. You got to have faith." Oh. I cut my phone off and I started walking really slow. And sure enough, what I found was that at some point in time, I could begin to make out the images of the people who were on either side of me or who were in front of me. And I could begin to see kind of where the edge of the road was before you fell off the mountain. And soon enough, I could see pretty well. It really did happen, just as the camp staff had said. You'll have vision you didn't know you had. Will you trust the Lord? I learned an important lesson about God sending Jesus into this world to be the light for the whole world, not the light for Israel, not the light for the Jewish people or one type of person or population or group, but for the whole world. We're all trusting some kind of light to help guide us in life. We all get to choose that light we will follow. What light are you following? I hope you'll join us at Beaver Ridge, and together we will follow the light of the great I am. And in doing so, we will find that we can see better than we ever imagined. And in that, find our faith fresh and anew. Be blessed. Amen.